Well, welcome to this tutorial about using Microsoft Word Basics. I'm going to pretend that I'm someone that has no knowledge of Microsoft Word. And I've been given notes to try to explain things to you regarding page setup, the View tab, Zoom, the Immersive Reader, page movement, and showing things that are not being seen in Word. So just by pretending I don't know where these things are, it will help you as a beginning user to know where to go to look for various topics in your own mind and as you use Word. So at some points I'll be just kind of exploring where would that be and how to get at that particular topic. On the left are the topics we're going to cover in this session. On the right is a blank document, which I'll be using as my experimental first Word document that I've ever worked with. Again, pretending, but it'll give you the idea of how, as a beginner, you can use some intuition in your working with this particular software. So right now I'm going to set my view in both documents to my home view. So we're going to start out with a document, and the first thing we need to do when we're working with a document, from what I've been told, is we need to have margin settings and paper size and the orientation and whether I'm using columns and line numbers and all this kind of thing. So how in the world am I going to find out how to do all this stuff? Well, first of all, let me type a few things in my document that I've started up. And I just started a new document. I went to File. I'll just show you this. I went up to File, and I went to New, and I picked Blank Document. And what I got was this blank document. I have no idea what the paper size is. I don't know what the margins are, but it gives me a blank document. So first thing I want to do with the document is figure out what are my margin settings. So where do I go get margin settings? I'm looking at all these, little tabs at the top going along here, and I'm clicking and clicking. And so intuition would tell me that this is something to do with layout. Yeah, so, the page setup, that's probably laying out the document, the way it's going to print and the way I want it to appear. So I'm intuiting that layout where I go. But if you don't have that kind of intuition, what Word has done is built into it a little icon up here, tell me more. So I type up here, and I'm struggling with finding how to set my margin. So I'll put margin. I just type in margin. Look, it says adjust the margins. That's the first thing that comes up. And notice it gives me the menu for adjusting my margins. If I like any of these, I can pick them, 1/2 inch, or I could come down and I can do a custom margins and put whatever margins I want on the paper. I'm going to go ahead and pick my 1/2 inch margins. So that's one way to find out how to do something in Word is tell me more, the little light bulb up there. Now, the other place to look, is on the ribbons. And these are, from what I've been told, are the various places where the tools that we have to use in Word are located. They call these little tabs the tab for that particular ribbon. I don't really like the word ribbon. I think ribbon, that's something you wrap a present in, It should be like menus, I think. I think they should have named it menus. So each of these has a different menu of tools. That's the way I like to talk about these tabs. And the one that we're talking about right now is layout. So again, if layout doesn't ring a bell, doesn't light up the light bulb for you, you can go over to that little light bulb tell me more and type in a word that maybe will help you find out where that particular tool is located. And by the way, there are about 1,000 different tools in Word to learn about. And in our basic course, we just give you the basic ones that you need to get going with Word, do a good job with it. But then there are a lot of other tools in our intermediate and advanced that we'll be covering. Oh, I slipped out of being an ignoramus. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going back to my ignoramus role. All right, so now I set my margins, and I found out you do that under Layout, Margins, and then you can come down and the 1/2 inch. That's what I wanted there. Now, what's the other thing they wanted me to tell you about over here? Oh, paper size. That's right. This document needs to be 8.5 by 11 inches. That's standard paper size, right? So I need to set my paper size. And again, look here, under Layout, there it is, Size. So I'll click there, and sure enough, the first option, the most common one, 8.5 by 11. But look at all these other ones we've got here. Tabloid. I do have a printer that can print 11 times 17. Now, what would I use tabloid for? I'm talking to myself here. Well, it could be like a cover of a book or something like that. It could be a big chart with, you can make a chart in Word. I could do that, I guess. And then there's legal size, statement size. When you're doing statements. Oh, wow, look at all these different sizes that you can, depending on your printer, I suppose. My printer doesn't handle maybe some of these. Your printer might not have tabloid size paper. I don't know. But anyway, there's envelopes and look, more paper sizes down here. I click there and see what else they got. Wow. They've got another pull down menu here and come down here. Oh, we have custom sizes, index cards. Wow. So I can make a custom size if I wanted to. Very good. Well, anyway, I'm going to stick with this 8.5 by 11, and I have 1/2 inch margins. But look at, one of the things is orientation. Sometimes like if I'm putting out a program or something, I've got to make sure that the paper is oriented the right way. And sure enough, under Layout, there's your orientation. I click there. Let's go to Landscape, see what happens here. Turned it that direction. Well, okay, then I know how to adjust the orientation. But I want to go back to the other portrait mode. I wonder about, why do they call portrait mode, landscape mode, landscape? Well, portrait, when you have your photograph taken, usually they take it so that you have your head and your shoulders showing. That's what I'm thinking. I'm trying to deduce, here, do a little detective work regarding the orientation names, nomenclature. Landscape, well, obviously you've got mountains, you got hills, and you're going to want a wide view of things. So that's why probably they call it landscape. Now, in my practice using Word, I doubt very much I'm going to be inserting landscape pictures into Word, although from what I've been told, you can do that. And we'll look at that later in another session, insert a picture and things like that from what they tell me I'm going to show you. But landscape is used sometimes, from what I see, like a bulletin of some kind of program. I use for that. Some other purposes you might have in your mind. But anyway, that's enough about orientation. Now, columns. They want me to talk about columns over here. Now, generally, I don't think I very much in my law office I've used columns. I could see where they could be handy. But where would I go for that again? Under Layout. So here's your column option. What they tell me to, look at that. You can do 1 column, 2 columns, 3 columns. You can do a left column. What in the world is that? A right column? And there's even more columns. What would those all be about? Oh, here they are. 2, 3, left. Oh, it gives you a little better picture there. I like that, That's very good. And look down here, you can apply it to the whole document. Oh, over here too, you can put lines in between the columns if you want to do that. I'm going to pick 2 columns, and then I'm going to tell it to put a line in there. Wow, that's pretty good. And then you have width and spacing. Wow. So I could actually change the width of one of the columns, well, both of the columns. Looks like if I chop it down a little bit, I'll put 3-inch. And then the spacing, oh wow, look at that. The spacing automatically adjusts. So these are more narrow columns, huh? I'm going to pop that back up to maybe a 3.5, like that. And then look at this. I can apply it to the whole document, or what else? Oh, this point forward. Oh, so on a page, I could have nope, just one column, from what I understand this to mean, yeah. Or I could say columns from this point forward. So are they saying that on one page I can have at the top of the page just one column, and then switch to this point forward, have 2 columns? I guess that's what it means. Sure enough. Wow, that's something new I'm learning here. See? Well, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and see what this looks like. I'm gonna click OK. Now I can't really see if there's any data here, so I'm just gonna type in this strange language. I call it FADAF, optical. Oh, look at that! Holy cow! It just broke right where I told it to, and but I don't see a line between the columns yet. Well, maybe that'll appear later. I'm going to go ahead and highlight this. This is what they told me. When you want to copy something, you highlight it, and then you can either right button click. Yeah, look at there, copy. That's what you can do. You can do it that way. I'll copy it that way. Or they said you can do Control on your keyboard, Control C. I just did that too. So either way. So now I copied into what they call memory, and I hit enter, and now I'm come down to supposedly a new paragraph. They said now you can paste it in there in different ways. You can right button click and pick paste like that. Oh, or you can do Control V. Look at that, Control V. I'm going to keep doing that until I get enough on the page to get over to see if I see the other column. Just Control V, Control V. Oh yeah, look at that. The line's there now. So the line doesn't appear on my page until I get something in the other column. Look at that. There we go. So that's how but now, I got a question. What if I instead want to have 3 columns after I got all my data in there, that kind of thing? They tell me click on the very top of the page, right at the very beginning. So I'm putting my cursor right up there in front of my first letter. I click with my left mouse button there. And now I'm going to go back. They said go back to your columns and then pick 3. All right, I'll do that. See what happens. What do you know? It automatically does it. Fantastic. Well, okay, I'm gonna go back there and try another thing here. Go to columns, and what does that left mean? Let me see what that means. Holy smokes! So you could have some information on this side of the page and other information over there. That might be interesting when you have a newspaper column over here and then your commentary on the other side. That would be kind of neat. Or what is the other one? Right. Let's see. Oh, so your commentary could be on the left, and then, wow, I can see that. That's pretty good. What is that? More columns again? Let me go back there and look at that. Oh yeah, the number of columns. Right now I just have 2. That's okay. I'm going to go back to this mode. And notice it doesn't change on the page right away. Probably it won't change until I click OK. Let me see. Yep, that's exactly what. So even though I told it to change, it didn't do it. So I'm going to do the 3 now. Go back there. Go to more columns again. Let's explore this a little bit. Let's see. Line in between. Yeah, if I took that off, I get it. And apply to the whole document. Or I can say this point forward. Well, I'm at the top of the document, so that won't work too well. Oh, look at here. Equal column widths. Let's take that off. Oh, so now I can change the column widths. Like that second column, I can make it a little bit bigger. And this one, a little smaller. Look at that. I can change all my columns widths. And my spacing, let's see what that does. Oh yeah, I can change that down. Notice that automatically, it's changing my column width for me because it's, only got so much room on the page, but it keeps that track of that. That's pretty good. Let me click OK now, see what that looks like. Yeah, there we go. We got different column widths. Huh. Pretty good, pretty good. All right, so now I want to, what else am I supposed to? That's columns. Oh, line numbers. Yeah, we want to do line numbers. So I'll leave all this foreign language, afada, adabufa, whatever it is. I'll leave that on the screen so I can work with it now and show you some of these other things they told me to tell you about. Next is line numbers. Line numbers? What is that about? I think I'm going to go back to one column here. Yeah, that's better. Now, line numbers. What in the world would line numbers be? And where would I? Oh, here it is. Under layout again. Yeah. Now, if I didn't remember that, they told me I could go over to tell me more of the light bulb and type in line numbers and it would bring it up. Okay, so if you don't remember layout, or if I don't, that's what I would do. But I'm going to go line numbers here. That little arrow, I'd like to see what that does. That's what they told me to do. Whenever you see that little arrow next to an option, a tool, they said to click on that and it will show you other options besides the default, And so here's continuous. Oh, that would just go through the whole document. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's what it means. Restart each page. So my line numbers could restart on each page. Or if I had sections. I don't know what sections are yet. We haven't come to that. But from what I've been told, you can break a document up into different sections. I guess we'll be talking about that later. But right now, just suppress for current paragraph. Oh, that's if you don't want a line number on one particular paragraph, wherever your cursor is. And then line numbering options. Let's take a look at what those are. Oh yeah, look, another menu pops up for me here. And it says start, section start, new page. Section stuff I don't know about yet, and we'll get to that. And then we have headers and footers, different odd and even, different first pages. So on my layout option here, my page setup, here's where I could work with my headers and footers. I guess we'll get to that too. Well, we'll cover it right now. I'll say different odd and even or different first page. Now, I think I'll leave that alone for now. Vertical page, that's what we want. Yeah, we got that. But down here, here's the line numbers. That's what we're talking about. Let's go to line numbers. Add line numbering. So we'll go ahead and that. We'll say start at 1, yes. From the text, auto, count by 1, that's all good. Restart on each page. No, I want it to be continuous through the whole document. So I have line numbers, and then I could, I'm talking to somebody, that makes sense. Look at line number 420, and I could tell them on what page that was, but they could flip through all the pages, get to that number if I keep it continuous. Otherwise, if I said restart in each page, I say, look at page 2, line number 20. Well, that makes sense too, I suppose. And then that section thing again is coming up. We'll get to that, I guess. And breaking your document up into sections. It sounds like to me that when you break a document into sections, then you can have different page numbers and this, like, well, yeah, for example, Roman numerals in the preface, and then you would, that would be your first section, I guess, and you could have different types of page numbering. Yeah, that's what they're all talking about. Maybe other stuff too. We'll get to that. We'll do a continuous right now, and say OK. And look at, I don't have line numbers yet. I thought I just said OK. Wait a minute, there's another OK. So you got 2 OKs before you get up. Oh yeah, there it put the line numbers. But you notice, I got a problem here. My printer, I don't think, that printed in that 1/2 inch margin, I don't think my printer can print that close to the edge of the paper. I got a problem here. Where's my ruler? I don't see my ruler up there. I want to see my ruler. Well, let's take a look at all these topics I'm going to cover. Look down here, show. It's not even up here. They They should have put it up here because now I'm concerned about this. Well, we'll come down here, ruler, and I want to see my ruler. So where do I go to see my ruler? View. Maybe it's under view. If I don't know, well, I don't know. So I'll type in ruler here. Show ruler. Look at that, came right up. And all I have to do is click on that, I think. It says show ruler next to your document. You can see and set tab stops, move table borders. Wow, line objects. Okay, yeah, measure stuff. Let's say show rulers. There I go. Look at that. That's fantastic. And yep, just like I thought, those page numbers are in that half-inch margin. And my printer can't print that close to the edge of the paper. So I got to go back and set my if I want these line numbers, I've got to figure out how to make my margin. How do I change? Oh, wait, yeah, under layout, yep, margins, yep. And I can come in here and I do want that half-inch on the right. Let me go down here and custom margins. Let's try that. And yeah, okay, so my left margin, I want to have an inch margin because I know my printer could then print those in that on the left-hand side. So I'll just do that. I'll leave the other margins alone and click OK. Yeah, that's great. So now my line numbers have been moved away from the edge of the paper, and my printer is going to be able to do that. Well, good. Now, I like having my rulers on here. Like this document over here had the rulers. Now I know how to make them show up, Just go up to the tell me and click on rulers. It must be under some other place, too. Let me see under view. We've got rulers here. Show. What's under here? Yep, there it is. Under view, show, ruler. That's great. What are these other things for show? Kind of skipping down to the bottom of the page over there in the left-hand document. Grid lines. What are that? What's that? Let's click that. Holy smokes. Wonder what that would be for. I got it. Probably when I want to align graphics with my text. I could use the grid to put the graphics in a certain particular place. I don't want to do that today. Navigation pane. I wonder what it's like a tour guide for your document. Click a heading, a page, or a search result, and it will take you right there. Let me click that, see what that does. Holy smokes, look at over there. Headings, pages, results. I only have one page right now, so I guess if I clicked on pages, it wouldn't show me anything. But okay, so that's navigation. I don't want that on right now. It takes too much view of my document away from me. Well, okay, we'll get back to that maybe later. Let's go back at the page setup here. So we did line numbers. Now what about this hyphenation? What's all that about? So like if I've got a really long word, I'm going to type a real long word here. There's a long word in this foreign language. And yet, notice what happens is it doesn't appear part on this line. It all has to appear here. So I want to hyphenate that. How do I do that hyphenation? Well, let's go to tell me more again. And we type in if I can remember how to hyphenation. Change hyphenation. Look at that. And then right now there's none. And automatic or manual. Manual hyphenation. Automatic. Turns on automatic. Right now there's none. What about this hyphenation options? Change the hyphenation behavior of the selected text. Okay, so I haven't really selected anything, but if I did select that word, then I could change it just for that one particular word. I guess that's what it means. I'm going to just turn on automatic and see what happens. And see if it hyphenated anything. No, it didn't hyphenate it. So I want to change the hyphenation on this particular word. Didn't bother to hyphenate it. So I'm going to go back there and do that hyphenation again, and change the hyphenation. I'm going to go hyphenation options, automatically turn that off. Hyphenate words in caps. I don't want to do that. Okay, I don't want that. Manual. Let's see. Hyphenation is complete, it says. Well, I really didn't hyphenate anything there. So I want to get more about hyphenation. I'm not sure I understand this. Hyphenation. Let's go there. Get help on hyphenation. I got to change. I guess I got to type more of a word there. Well, help on HYP. This doesn't really give me. So I need to type more in just so it knows what I'm doing. Hyphenation. Get more help on hyphenation. So let me see if it gives me some more instruction here. Keeping text together. The hyphenation zone is the maximum amount of space office word allows between a word and the right margin. Line and page. Okay. Keeping text together. So what? I don't want to keep all that text together. I want to hyphenate it. Insert a non-breaking hyphen. Keep a paragraph. Okay, insert a non-breaking hyphen. What does that mean? Let's go here. So it says here, sometimes you want a hyphenated word to stay together on one line without it breaking across lines. Click where you want to insert the non-breaking hyphen. On the Insert tab in the Symbols group, click Symbol. Okay. And then in the box that opens, click More Symbols. All right, so I go there. And in the Symbol dialog box on the Special Characters tab, click the non-breaking hyphen row to highlight it, and then click Insert. So there, it's kind of hard to see, non-breaking hyphen. So you would do that, and then insert it, and then close that. So right now, I'll go ahead and close this, and I want to click that off. So I'm not getting any hyphenation on this particular word. I wonder what happened if I just kept on. Let's see what happens if I just keep this word going until it gets to the end of the. Yeah, didn't really hyphenate it. It just spilled it over to the next line. So right there, I just hit a space. Okay, so I put a space in there, and then it thought that this word and that word couldn't fit on the same line, is what happened. So if I want it, let me go back into hyphenation again, and go into hyphenation, change it. I'll say automatic, see what happens. Aha, there it is. Yeah, so it couldn't keep those two words on the same line, with each other, and it didn't want to bring all that word down, and it put the dash in there for that hyphenation. There it is. So I wonder if I put a space in here, and then I'll just keep hitting the space bar like that. Yep, there it is. Look at there. It put a hyphenation in there, and it took it out where it was. So that's your automatic hyphenation. Well, very good. So I think I've learned enough about hyphenation to go on here. Now, breaks. What are breaks? Breaks. What would they be? Take a coffee break? No, can't mean that. Let me go up here. Tell me more about breaks. Oh, insert a page section break. Insert a page break. Insert a page break. Or I could do Control Return. Let me go in the document. So in other words, if I get down to the this part in my document down here, and I want another page to start there, my thinking would be I just keep hitting Enter like this, and then it would go to the next page. But look at that, it put line numbers on there. I'm going to hit backspace here. That's not the way to do it, they're saying. I need to insert a page break there. Wow. So I wonder if that's under my insert option up here. Insert, does it have a a page break on here. Let's see, page numbers, footers, headers, add-ins. Where would that be? Insert. What's this? Objects, page numbers, headers, footers, add-ins. We don't see it here in this. Let me go back here and type that. Page break again. See what that says. Insert a page break. Control Enter. So I could just do that. Control Enter where I want the page. Let me see it. Tell me more about that. I want to see a little bit more about page breaks here. Well, put your cursor where you want one page to end, the next to begin. Go to Insert. Wait a minute. What's this up here? Insert or remove a page break. And they've got a video. I'm not going to play it now, but wow. They even have like videos built in here that I could play and learn more about that feature. Now we'll skip that for now, but you might want to remember that. I might want to later too. So it says go to Insert Page Break. I didn't see that in my ribbon when I went up there, but I say it's there. Insert Page Break. Let me close this. And I go to Insert. I don't know. Where is Page Break? I don't see it there at all. Insert Page Break. Where would that? I wonder if I make this full screen, what would happen here? I go back to Insert. That was because I only had the document on part of the screen. I was looking at two documents, but now look over here. We have other options showing up, and we should see that. Don't we see? Oh yeah, here it is in the upper left corner. Page break. Wow. Now let me put this back over to. Oh, by the way, do you know how to have two documents show up on the screen at the same time, side by side? I didn't know that. They told me. What you do is you grab the top area up here with your left mouse button, drag it over and shove it against the margin, and you do that the same with the other document, and then you'll have them side by side. So that's how I've got it arranged like this, in case you didn't know. I didn't know that either. I just was told how to do it, so now you know too. Anyway, now I'm going to go back to that insert option, and because I'm only showing part screen, what's this, pages? See what it did? When the document wasn't full screen, it didn't show me these options. What it did is it made this one icon, pages, and then I click that little arrow and it shows me page break. So I'm going to insert a page break there where I was. There it goes. Yep, it inserted the page break. I still got that blasted line number down there. Let me click on that line and hit the backspace key. See if that takes care of it. Yep, it did. I had my insertion marker there, that little vertical line. Apparently had it too far down, and so it had an extra line that I had on my document. And so that's what happened. But now look at that. My page numbers, my line numbers start on that next page like I want, and then I've got the end of my document there. Now, how do I get rid of that page break if I don't like it there? I want to see if I can get rid of it. If I go up here under, let me see, View. No, doesn't say anything there. Under Home, they said look for a little paragraph marker under the, and again, I'm not seeing that little paragraph marker anywhere. Oh, no, there it is. They said if you do that, it will show you where you've hit the Enter key. It puts this little paragraph mark in there, wherever you've hit Enter. I click there. Oh yeah, look at there. There are the paragraph markers. And notice I don't have one at the end of this sentence. And so I wonder what happens if I put my cursor right before the page break and hit Enter. Let me see. Yep, it added a line number because I hit Enter. That's why I had that line number. I use the backspace key, and it's gone. And look at that. It shows me where I've done the page break. And so if I don't want that page break, I'm assuming, let's see, I'll click on the right-hand side of it where that paragraph marker is, and I'm going to hit my backspace key. Yep, it took out the page break. If I do Control Enter, that's what they told me to do, it puts it back in again. And look at there, I've got that 28 there. I'm going to get rid of that. There we go. Bring it back up to that line. And then if I want to get rid of the page break, I click on the right-hand side of it, hit the backspace key, and it's gone. And now I got to get rid of this extra line here. Bring it back up. Oh, good. That's great. So there, now I've talked about breaks like that. And then we have paragraph. Paragraphs. What is paragraphs about? I'm going to turn my line numbers off. I don't like that in my document here. Let me see, how do I turn those line numbers off again? Is that under View? I go in there. I don't know how to. Let me go back to line numbers. See, I forgot. Line numbers. Show line numbers. Okay, so over there, none. Yeah, I don't want to have them. Good. That's okay. Very good. So showing you how to work with this as well. When I make a mistake or can't remember something, I'm showing you how to, get the answer, right? Okay, so now, what was I going to do again? Oh yeah, paragraph. What is that about? Paragraphs. There's my paragraph here. That's a paragraph. Shows me I got that paragraph marker on. Those kind of aggravating. I don't want to see those anymore. How do I get rid of that? Oh, I think it was under Home. Yeah, and there it is. I wonder if I click that, if it disappears. Yep, it's a toggle. Look at that. Off, on, off, on, off. Okay, that's how you see. They can get aggravating to look at, but clean it. Get rid of them by doing it that way. Okay, so now what was I going to do again? Oh yeah, paragraph. What's that about? Here's my paragraph. I wonder what that's all about. Paragraph. I don't know. Let me go up here and type in paragraph. What should I be learning about? Oh, look at there. Paragraph settings. Paragraph settings. Fine tune the paragraphs. There's all kinds of things you can do with that paragraph. Okay. If I click there, oh, look at that. It brought up a whole slew of options here. Paragraphs. And indents, alignment is left, yeah. The outline, I don't know about outlines yet, so I'm not going to worry about that. That's something down the road. But here, oh, indents. Yeah, I want to have indent on this paragraph. I want to come in about ½ an inch. Yeah, I want to indent that. I don't want any right indenting. What's that special? Let me see what that is. First line. Okay. Yeah, I just want the first line indented, not the whole paragraph. Yeah, so that's special. What's the other one? Hanging. Oh, yeah, that's when you want the first line to be to the left margin and then the rest of it over. But I don't want that. First line by ½ an inch, right? Mirror indents. What in the world would that mean? Well, I'm not supposed to teach you that right now, but we'll get to it. Well, no, let's find out what it means. I'm going to go ahead and do this first line. Click OK. And there we go. We got that indent, but it didn't indent the whole paragraph, which I didn't want. I'm going to right button click. Oh yeah, they said right button click, go to paragraph. Let me see. Left indent. First line. So why is it indenting the whole paragraph? Alignment left. Outline level, body text, level 1. I wonder what that will do. Let's try that. That didn't affect. Oh, it put that little marker in there. Let's go back. Paragraph and left. The body text, we'll go back to that. First line, special. Well, let's go here and say none. No special. And now we'll go click OK. Now it just indented the whole paragraph. I don't really think I know what I'm doing here. What is going on? Outline level, box, body text. I don't want to change that. So left indent is a 1/2 inch. I just want that first line to go in. And spacing, I can add spacing after the paragraph, or I could take it out. Let's go there. So we'll say, no, I want this paragraph to be next to the other paragraph. I can do that, okay? But I still am having trouble with that indentation. Left alignment, that's correct. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, here's where you could center the paragraph. You could make it go to the right, or you could justify it. That's, from what I understand, you have both the left and the right edges of the paragraph pulled apart from each other, and they line up both in the left and right margin. That's kind of cool, but I don't really want to do that right now. We'll keep it left. I'm still trying to figure out left indentation, a 1/2 inch, and the right 0, and then that special first line, but I don't want the whole paragraph to come in. What's this? By, I'm not sure what that is. By. So I'm having some trouble with this. I don't know if I like this too much. I'm going to go back and I'm going to go ahead and click OK. I'm going to go back to my tell me more about paragraphs. Paragraphs. Okay. And then it says get help on paragraphs. There we go. Let's go there and see what we want to do here. Adjust indents and spacing. Indent the first line of a paragraph. Yeah. What does it say? Put the cursor anywhere in the paragraph. On the Home tab, right-click on the normal style and choose Modify. Select Format, and then choose Paragraph. On the Indents and Spacing bar, let me click that to read more about this. Read this here. Okay. First line will be indented. So I'm going to highlight that and copy that. Right button, click it. Control C. And I copied that description. I'm going to close that. I'm going to go back in my document up here, hit enter a couple times. I'm going to Control V and paste that description in there. Make that a little bit bigger. When I understand you can use this home. Oh yeah, here it is. You can make that larger. So to indent the first line of a paragraph, put your cursor at the beginning of the paragraph. There we go. And press the Tab key. When you press enter to start the next paragraph, its first line will be indented. So I'll go ahead and hit Tab. There I go. Now if I hit enter, oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Now I can type in the strange foreign language, and I get. Now if you hit enter again, does that follow up? Yeah, look at that. Holy cow, that was pretty simple. All right, so to indent the first line of a paragraph, put your cursor at the beginning of the paragraph, press the Tab key, then when you press enter to start the next paragraph, the first line will be indented. Now what about all these other paragraphs I got here? I want to apply that to them. Well, somebody told me that there's a painter that you can paint the other paragraphs with the formatting you've got in this paragraph. So they said put your cursor anywhere in the paragraph that you want to copy the formatting to other paragraphs. So I did that. And now up here they have a little, it's under the home. Yep, there it is. It's a paintbrush looking thing. Let me read that. It says, like the look of a particular selection, you can apply that look to other content in the document. To get started, select the content with the formatting you like, and then click the Format Painter, and then select something else to automatically apply the formatting. FYI, to apply the formatting in multiple places, double-click the Format Painter. Oh, okay. So I'm going to say, okay, this is a paragraph. I'm going to highlight that paragraph. I want to apply that to these other paragraphs in my whole document. So I'm going to go up there, and I'm going to double-click it, click, and now I've got that little paintbrush, and they said drag it across there, and there it is. Now I'm going to do that, this paragraph. Aha! I'm going to do all these paragraphs now. Go all the way down, left button, dragging to all my paragraphs, There they are, all set up and got the same formatting that paragraph had up in the beginning. I hit backspace to get rid of some of my extra spaces here. Okay, wow. Okay, that's good for my paragraph. Now the indent, well, we just dealt with that. Except, like, what if I wanted, let's go ahead and highlight that paragraph again. And right button clicking seems to bring up, yeah, it does. Look at that. Brings up the paragraph options. And now it's telling me its alignment is left, and it has first line by a ½ inch. That's correct. And before spacing is 0 points. So what they tell me that means is when you hit enter after a paragraph, there isn't any extra spacing being put ahead on top of that paragraph between the other one. But after it, it adds 8 points. Oh, by the way, points, somebody told me this one time, and it's real helpful. 72 points equals 1 inch. And so 8 points, well, I can't do the math, but you get the idea. 8 points is a part of an inch. If I wanted to say a ½ inch between paragraphs, let me see, what's the math on that? 72 points, 36 points. So that would give me a ½ inch space between my paragraphs. And so what is 8 into 36? Is that 8 and 8? I'm not good with math. You can figure that out. Anyway, spacing before and after. Look at there. So anyway, that's if I want to change my paragraph formatting on this one, I could say, well, I want to have maybe more space after this paragraph. So I'll put in 20. I'll do 36. Whoops, yeah, 36 points. That's ½ an inch. And then line spacing, multiple. Wow. So I could do single, or I could do 1.5 inches line spacing. I'll try that on that paragraph. And I'll click OK. Look at there. Yep. I got the spacing in there. Now, if I want to apply that to these other ones, how did I do that? Oh, yeah. I highlight this paragraph, right? I go up and click on that paintbrush twice. Click, click. And then I come down and highlight the paragraphs that I want to apply that to. Pretty good. Now I got to go back and click on that paint thing to turn it off. By the way, when you double click it, they told me, it'll stick on your mouse pointer unless you go back and click on it again to turn it off. Or you could hit escape key too. But for example, like if I double click and then I come down and I apply that paragraphing, of course it's the same. You'll notice it's still stuck on my pointer. So I got to go back and click it again or hit the escape key to turn it off. Just a hint there that I learned along the way there. Okay, so now we've gotten into indenting, and we talked about spacing before and after paragraphs too. So again, spacing before and after, right button click on the paragraph and go to paragraphs, and here's where you can set it, before and after. So we could change that back to let's say 8. What was it? 8? Yeah, it was 8. I got to just type in 8 there. There we go. Yeah, you can just type it in. You don't have to use these little arrows. And then you could change it before, but that'll put it back. And then line spacing, I'll go back to single again. Click OK, and there goes my paragraph back to where it was. And again, I can use that format painter. Oh, by the way, I don't think you have to highlight the whole paragraph to capture what's in there. I think if you just have your little vertical line clicked in there somewhere, it works. I'll see if that works. I'll just click it once this time and apply it to these paragraphs here. There we go. Yeah, that works fine. Okay, well, that's great. Spacing before and after paragraphs, we kind of learned about that. Now, let's go to the next topic here is View tab. View tab. Okay, where's that? Now, that's over here, View tab. There it is. I clicked on it. And Read mode. Read mode? What in the world is read mode? I don't see it on here, but of course I'm kind of scrimpy because I've got the toolbar kind of shortened because it's not full screen. But let's go ahead and make that full screen a second. There we go. Now let's see, I'm under view. Does it have read mode? Let's see, where is that? Oh, over here it says Immersive Reader. I wonder if that's what it means. Read mode under view. I'm looking for any other options. I'll go over here and type in my light bulb thing and say read mode. Okay, it says read. Read, the best way to read a document, including some tools designed for reading instead of writing. Read. And then there's read aloud. Well, there's two options here. Let me pick, well, here's get help on read mode. Let's go there. I always like to go there and see what it says. Read mode. Read documents in Word. Okay. It says here, read mode automatically fits the page layout to your device using columns and larger font sizes, both of which you can adjust. To get out of read mode, click or tap View, Edit Document. So that's how I'd get out of it. So what am I going to do now? I'm going to go to read mode, automatically fits. So I go to get out of read mode. Let's go turn that off again, go back under view, and where is my read mode under view? Oh, here it is, way over on the left. I didn't see it way over there. So let me click read mode. Oh, I see. So now it's easier to read the document. Oh, that's pretty good. What if I wanted to make this bigger, though? You know, how I would like to maybe make it a little bit larger on my eyeballs. At the end of the day, you know. I wonder if there's, wait a minute, what's this down here? Oh yeah, look at the bottom of the screen. You can zoom, it says. So got a little toggle there where you can click plus. Oh yeah, look at that, 100%. Let's keep clicking on that. Holy cow, look at that. You can really get in close. And go back out again. Now how do I get back out of here? Wait a minute, under view, edit document. Yep, that's what, remember? So when I'm done reading, I go to view, edit document, and it comes back to my document again. But notice it has zoomed in on it quite a bit. I'm going to move it back to the middle to go back to, I don't know, the middle of it was that 100%, 150. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, now I want to bring it back over to the right again. So I'm going to go ahead and click here and drag it over. And so now I've got, oh yeah, see, it doesn't all show up there now. So I need to zoom back out. There we go. So now I've got my practice document over here on the right and my other document over there on the left. And that was under read mode. And then we got print layout. Oh, by the way, there was one other thing. It doesn't show there, and you might, and I know I'm confused about it. Let me go back over here to, that was read mode, right? The best way to read the document. But there was something else about reading the document. Remember that? You saw that when it doesn't show up here now. Let me go back to full screen again. And I go over here. Yeah, there it is, Immersive Reader. Switch to an immersive editing experience helps you improve your reading skills. Adjust how text is displayed and have text read aloud to you. Wow, let me try that. Okay, here it is. And now it shows my text differently. And there it is, read aloud. Let me see how that works.
Press enter to start the next paragraph. Its first line will be indented.
Wow.
Jaz kayak fact def kaid flack flock def la oifed flad.
I stopped it because it got into that foreign language that I'm using in this document, and it didn't really know how to translate it, so I stopped it. But now I can close immersive reading, and I'm back in this document. But now I want it over on the right again, so I reach up here, hold my left mouse button down, and bang it up against the right, and there it is over there for me. So that was read mode, and now it's got another option here under the View tab, is print layout. Let's go back over there, view, and now where's that? Oh yeah, here it is, print layout. That's what I've got now. This is the print layout. That's what's going to what it's going to look like. Okay, web layout. See how your document would look as a web page. This layout is also great if you have wide tables in your document. Well, I'm not going to, but let me click it and see what happens. I would go back to print layout. Okay, but that's how you can change your from web layout to print layout. And then it's got something called outline, and then it says see your document in outline form where content is shown as bulleted points. This view is useful for creating headings and moving whole paragraphs within the document. Well, I don't have any outline right now, so that's not going to help too much. Let me go in here and see if I can figure out how to do an outline. So I highlight that, and then what am I going to do? Let me go up to home. Oh yeah, so then we want to go to, let's see, I'm going to go full screen again so I can see everything. Yep, see, that was hidden here. The styles. I got to do styles. So I want to, this is normal. If I want to do outline, I got to pick these headings. That's what they told me. So we do heading 1, and then I'll highlight that. That's going to be heading 2. Then I'm going to do this one. That's going to be heading 3. Then I'll come back down here, and we'll make all of that to be, well, heading 4. And now this one, we're going to go back and make heading 1. Excuse me. So now I've got different parts of my document in what is called an outline, because you use these headings to do it, from what I've been told. So that's what you do. So if I want an outline view, so now if I go back to view and I go to the outline view over here, there you go. See it? It shows my outline view. Pretty interesting. And then if I want to go back to the view pane again, oh, close outline view. Here it is. So if you're going to work with outlines, then that would be one way to show the outline view. I'm going to move this back over now to the right. And I don't really want any of that outline view, so I'm going to click on this paragraph, use my format painter, and I'm just going to highlight all these and go back to normal view. So that's how I got rid of all those using those headings and that. So that outline, that format painter really comes in handy when you're experimenting, you know. So okay, that's good. Now you know how to do the outline view. Now the draft view. What is draft view? Let me go back up under view again. Oh yeah, here it is, draft view. Switch your view to see just the text in your document. This is useful for quick editing because headers and footers and certain objects won't show up, allowing you to focus on your text. Well, I don't really have headers and footers in here, but that just shows me the text. I see. And now I want to go back to page layout, or no, print layout. Oh, here it is, print layout. That's draft, and then print layout. Okay, so that's pretty interesting with regard to my view tab. I covered all those. Now zoom, percentage view, one page, multiple pages, page width, zoom to level right for you. So I already experimented with this little zoom thing, didn't I? Yeah, woo! You can really zoom in close or way out. You can see more than one. So that's one of the toggles. I learned how to use that. That's pretty cool. What about the other odd objects here? The zoom topics. One page, percentage view. That's let me go up under view again here. See what we got. Oh yeah, here it is. Percentage view. Zoom your document 100%. That's 100%, right? Then over here, zoom. Here I can say I want to go 75%. Ah, okay. So you can zoom in. Page width. I wonder what that does. Whoa! So now I just see page width. So that's pretty good to know. The zooming function lets me do the text width. Okay, I'm going to experiment with these different views that we have here under zoom. So we got 200%. I know what that'll do. Oh, look, you could put in a percentage as to what you wanted. So you could type in a percentage there. Or you can say, oh, look, many pages. Wow, what will that be? Let's see that. Holy smokes. Now I got to zoom in to see what that looks like. Oh, yeah, look at there. Now I see all my pages. Now, can I work on these pages? Oh, yeah, look, I can click on a page and work on that one. So I could like highlight stuff on this page, right button click and copy it, come back to this page, right button click, and paste it. Holy smokes. That is great. When you have stuff you want to move from one page to another, changing things like that. Wow, I like that view. That'll come in handy. And again, that was under my zoom option, and that was many pages. I'm going to go back to the page width view. Yeah, that gives you a better editing on one particular page, see what you're doing. I like that. Wow, this is really neat the way this zoom function works. Whole page, let me see what that looks like. Whole page. Okay, I just see the whole page will be on the screen then. Yeah, look at that. So, and what's side by side? What's that do? Oh, so you see this page and then the next page on the right. That's kind of handy. Really good. I like that. So in your zoom options, you've got all those. Oh, look here. Oh, we did rulers and grid lines. We already did that. And then your zoom. Oh, look at, you can do thumbnails. What's that about? Oh, it's kind of like the multi-page view that we did under the zoom option, right? So, okay. So, okay, so there's a lot of options here under zoom. I want to go back. How do I get back to the other view? It seems like it's stuck on this. Let me go to zoom, show. Yeah, now I'm stuck on here. Now how do I get out of this mess here? Let me go full page, full. Oh, there's thumbnails. Let me maximize again. See if that helps me any. Under view, thumbnails. I don't want that anymore. Now how do I get out of that? Thumbnail view. Oh, it's a toggle. Okay, they didn't tell me that. You just click on it, and then you see your thumbnails, or you go that way, and then you see your side by side. Well, that's kind of tricky. Thumbnails. Set all pages like tiles. It's easy to jump to the one you want. Yeah, but you should have told me that this was a toggle. I couldn't find any way to get out of that mode. Now I know, and so do you. All right, so let's go back to the vertical view. That shows me that page. And I'm going to push that over to the right again so you can see the whole thing. All right, so we did the multiple pages, zoom to the level right. Now we have this Immersive Reader, have text read aloud. Well, you already did that. Adjust how text is displayed, we did that. And it helps reading skills. So we already did Immersive Reader. Page movement only shows up if you have more than one page, vertical side by side. We did that. We did all this. Hey, we're done. That's the end of this session. Excellent. And thank you for fumbling along with me, and I hope this will be helpful to you.